Hi everyone, my name's Jonathan, and today we're going to do a 15-minute flow to help to wake up the hips, the spine, the shoulders after all the sitting you've probably been doing. So it's time to get up. Grab your mat. You might need 2 blocks and a blanket. If you don't have blocks, really any prop that you can put under your hands will do. And once you have all that stuff, sit on your mat, cross-legged or kneeling. Stack the spine up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Begin to follow the breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Those first few cycles of breath, really just allowing the body to settle. Becoming aware of where you might be holding tension or discomfort. Take an inhale that fills the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out that breath. And one more time, inhale, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out that breath. Take your palms and connect them in prayer at heart center. Thumbs rest into the sternum. Setting an intention, even for just this short practice. Taking that with you off your mat. And slide the palms together, build some heat in between the hands. And once there's some heat there, cup the palms, place them over the eyes. Blink your eyes open. Releasing the hands from the face, reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back, and take that big fist towards your right hip. With the fist at the right hip, squeeze the right elbow in, and lower the right ear towards the right shoulder, lengthening the left side of your neck. You can turn the chin down, accessing the back of the neck, or turn the chin slightly up, accessing the front of the neck. Noticing where you might be holding tension in your cervical spine, in your neck. Allow the exhales to release that tension. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, carefully releasing back up through center. Release the hands, roll the shoulders, forward and back. And the other side, interlacing the hands behind the back, the other thumb on top. Take the big fist towards your left hip, hugging the left elbow in. And then lowering the left ear towards the left shoulder. Oh, hello, Abby. Lengthening the right side of your nice down dog. You can turn the chin down or up to find that little bit of extra tension that you need to release in your cervical spine on the right side. She is now expectantly awaiting a treat. There's no treat to be had, Abby. Just the yoga. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, carefully release. Come back up through center. Roll over the legs. Find a tabletop position. Palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Start to take the left hip towards the left shoulder, squeezing side body. And then the right hip towards the right shoulder, squeezing side body. Left and right. One more time, left and right. Come back to neutral. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone, arch. Exhaling to tuck and round. Inhaling to lift and arch. One more time, tuck and round. Lift and arch. Coming back to neutral, bring the knees as wide as the mat. Untuck the toes, touching them at the back of the mat, and sink the hips back. Child's pose, Balasana. Come here, Abby. Come here. Come here. In your child's pose, think about long arms, long torso, hips sinking towards the heels. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, carefully walk the hands just slightly off the left side of the mat. Palms still pushing into the floor, forehead reaching towards the mat, shoulders level. Breathe into right ribs, right side body. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, carefully walk the hands just slightly off the right side of the mat. Palms still flat on the floor, shoulders level, forehead reaching towards the mat. Breathing space into the left side body. In through the nose, out through the nose. You take one more inhale. And exhale to come back through center. Shift forward to tabletop. Hips, shoulder to the left. Right hip, right shoulder to the right. Going side to side, squeezing side body. Finding a bit of strength in your lateral line. You do one more time each side before coming back to center. Exhale, tuck and rounds, cats. Inhale, lift and arch, cow. Exhale into tuck and rounds. Inhale into lift and arch. One more cycle. Exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back through to neutral. Take the knees and the feet back a little bit further. And slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Untucking the toes, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Take your fingertips off the edge of the mat. Elbows facing the ceiling. Inhale, peel up chest and chin. Exhale, lower back down. Press down into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, lower back down. And one more time, inhale, peel all the way up. Exhale, lower back down. Take the palms back so they're face up, next to your thighs, right ear to the floor, relax for a moment. And with the head turned to one side, we just notice the sensation we get in the neck, the length of the spine, the upper back. So still be able to breathe quite comfortably, in through the nose, out through the nose. Take the left arm out to the side in a cactus. So the elbow's at the same level as the shoulder. The forearm is now parallel to the mat. And then bringing the right palm under the right shoulder. Turn your gaze to the right, left ear towards the floor. Pushing into the right palm. Begin to roll towards left side body. Doesn't matter how far you go. The feet might stack. You can keep the right knee on the floor in front of the left leg. You can also bend the right knee, bring the sole of the foot down to the floor behind the left hamstring. Feeling the sensation of stretch across the front of the left shoulder and chest. If the head is lifted uncomfortably, it's really unbearable. Taking a block, placing that underneath the head for a little bit of support. You can also use a blanket, a cushion, a pillow, whatever you have access to here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, carefully release back through center. Slide the palms so they're face up next to the thighs. Left ear is on the floor, look to your right. And notice that sensation of torsion in the neck, the twist. The upper back should relax, the shoulders relax down into the floor. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take the right elbow to the side, cactus arm. The elbow's at the same level as the shoulder, forearm is now parallel to the mat. And then sliding the left palm so it's under the left shoulder. Push into that palm and turn the gaze to your left. Rolling towards right side body. Again, you can have the feet stacked. You can keep that left knee on the floor in front of the right leg. You can also bend the left knee and bring the sole of the foot down behind the right hamstring. If the head is lifted uncomfortably, grab a prop, place it underneath your head. Otherwise, the head can stay lifted. Feel the stretch across the front of the right shoulder and chest. Taking back some of that space you might have lost by hunching and rounding over the last little while. One more inhale. The exhale brings you back through center. And as you release, you roll the shoulder, slide the palms so they're both underneath the shoulders. Tucking the toes, either tabletop or high plank on the inhale. As on the exhale, begin to walk your feet carefully to the top of the mat. When you arrive at the top of the mat, inhale, roll up to stand. Head comes up last. Tadasana, mountain pose. In that mountain pose, sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze shoulder blades together. And as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep squeezing the heel of the palm together here as well. The fist drives down and away from the bum, feeling the stretch across the heart and the shoulders. Slight tuck to the tailbone as you push the hips forward a little bit. Strong legs, root down through the soles of the feet. Take one more inhale here that fills you all the way up to the collarbone. And then as you exhale, soften the knees a little bit, hinging at the hips, Fold forward over the legs. Doesn't matter how far down we go, just watching that connection between shoulders, spine, and legs. Abby, what a spaz. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, release the hands. When the fingertips find the floor, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the knee down. If you have sensitive knees, you're welcome to grab your blankets, cushion, whatever you have. Place that underneath the left knee. And then coming up, hands to the hips. Try to maintain the right knee being stacked over top of the right ankle as you press the hips forward. There might be a slight tuck to the tailbone here, so we maintain sensation of stretch into the front of the left hip, the iliopsoas system here on the left side. And if you'd like to add on the arms, a few different options for you. You can either interlace the fingers, push down into that right thigh, and round the spine even more, pulling the belly and the chest away from the thigh. You can also reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Or if you prefer, sweeping the arms back behind you, interlacing the fingers behind the back, squeeze shoulder blades together, and maybe releasing the index finger. Begin to reach that down, down, down. Eventually, without collapsing into the low back, we're lengthening front side body so much, the index fingers reach the floor. Take one more inhale wherever you are. On the exhale, carefully releasing back up, hands down to the mat. Shift the hips back and forth a few times, getting blood and lymphatic fluid back into the legs. And then find your blocks. You can have them at any height setting. It's really up to you. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, extend the hips back, and think about growing the spine tall and long, the right leg long. The knee can stay slightly bent. Pull the crown of the head forward. Try not to hold the breath here. Feel the belly and the chest actually pull up away from the right thigh as you pull the crown of the head forward. The hands start to get light because we're pushing into the legs so much and maintaining a lot of rigidity in the torso. A little micro bend in the knee. If you have a tendency to feel the back of the knee or the base of the butt, the insertion points of your hamstring when you stretch here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, carefully bending into that right knee, lower the left knee down. Shift the hips forward and back a couple times. You can move the blocks off to the side, plant the palms, pick up the back knee. Step the right foot back and lower all the way down to your belly. Move the blanket out of the way if it's in your way. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up, chest and chin. Baby cobra or towards a full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Two more times. Inhale, peel all the way up. Exhale, lower all the way back down. And last time, inhale, peel all the way up. Exhale, lower back down. Either tabletop or high plank. Inhale. Maybe a downward facing dog just for a breath or two on the exhale. And then shifting forward to a high plank. Begin to walk your feet slowly towards the hands. So we allow some rounding of the spine there to take us all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, roll up to stand. Head comes up last. Tadasana, mountain pose. In your mountain pose, sweeping the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Puff up the chest, a little tuck to the tailbone, hips pressing forward. One more inhale that fills belly, ribs, and collarbone. On the exhale, soften the knees, hinge at the hips, fold forward over the legs. And pulling the fist up and forward, squeezing the legs together, drawing the torso towards the thighs. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands. When the fingertips find the floor, step the right leg to the back of the mat. If you need, always feel free to pad the knee. Lower the right knee down to the floor. Inhale, hands to the hips. And exhale to press the hips forward. Maybe a slight tuck to the tailbone here. Feeling the front of the right hip get lengthened and stretched. And there's a few options here. Maintaining the left knee over the left ankle. You might interlace the fingers and push into the thigh, round the spine even more. You can add the arms reaching up. Inhale to grow tall in Anjaneyasana. Or sweeping the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back, releasing the index finger. As front side body gets longer and longer and longer, we get closer towards the floor. No crunching up of the low back. It's a lengthening of front side body. Take one more inhale, whatever version you're in. On the exhale, slowly pull yourself up. hands down to the floor, and shift the hips back and forth. Maybe blocks underneath the hands. You're welcome to do this with no blocks as well. Tucking the back toes, pick up the knee, extend the hips back and lengthen through the crown of the head. Hips draw back as the crown of the head pulls forward. That leg at the front, maybe a slight micro bend if you need it, so we don't bother the insertion points of the hamstring behind the knee or at the base of the butt. Feeling that stretch instead in the belly of the muscle, right in the center of the hamstring. Make the hands light. You should feel like you're really pushing down into the feet, crown of the head pulling forward, and belly and chest actually drawing up away from that left thigh. Take one more inhale. Exhale to carefully bend into that left knee. Lower the right knee down. You can shift the hips back and forth a couple times before moving the blocks out of the way. Plant the palms, pick up the back knee, step the left foot back, lower all the way down towards the floor. And pressing into the tops of the feet, inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby cobra, or all the way up towards a full cobra, and hold. Really strong with the legs, elbows are hugging in gently, heart pulling forward, the gaze might go up. Doesn't matter if you actually get it there, but if you're feeling like you have more length in front side body to play with, engage the hamstrings, begin to pull the heels towards your bum, reach the head towards the feet, and one day, we'll fix our ponytails with our toes. Maybe not today. Take one more inhale. Exhale to release. Come all the way down. Once you release, tuck and untuck the tailbone a couple times. And then pressing yourself up the tabletop. Feel the length of your spine. Take the left hip towards the left shoulder. Right hip towards the right shoulder. Left. Right. One more time, left. Right. Back to center, exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhaling to tuck and rounds. Inhaling to lift and arch. Exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral. Find any comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. Allow the foundation to settle and the spine to stack up nice and tall. Acknowledge the rhythm of your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Following that rhythm so it's comfortable and easy. Take an inhale that fills the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, fill all the way up. Open your mouth and sigh out the breath. Connecting the palms in prayer at heart center. Thumbs rest gently into the sternum. Revisit your intention. Take that with you off your mat into the rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. As always, thank you very much for the support. If you have questions, suggestions for our classes, we'd love to hear from you. Please give us a follow at Phair Yoga on Instagram or comment below in our YouTube comment section. Thanks, everyone.